Okay. Let's change the titles. Some gondola stuff printed. Okay, I just gotta run. I forgot I gotta grab some uh something for me to drink out here because I'm going through water like a mofo. So just hang tight. I will be right back. Just wanted to get the stream started though. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. You can tell it's real hot because my door won't shut properly anymore. What up, boat? Sorry, I just had to grab some liquids. There's something in my eye. Turns out we're actually getting a storm today, so I had to panic, put everything away just now. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna plug in this microphone so everything sounds better. Might get things might drop out. Thank you, boat. I really appreciate. Okay. Yo. Nice. Sorry, I'm just kind of catching up on a few things here. Just gotta text my wife, even though I just saw her, but I forgot to tell her. She is clean and the outside could use a wipe down, but I blew the inside with the leaf blower. I'm pulling out the AC. That's how crazy it's getting. I'm pulling out the portable AC, and last year we had mice. Last year mice moved into the ACs, and so that's why I've been reluctant to set it up this year, but it's getting so hot I just had to. But I opened it up and nothing's in there. No sign of mice or anything. Looks really clean, so but I was running out of time to get it all set up because I wanted to get back on the stream, so just telling her what the plan is. The tubes could probably use a hosing down, though, but they are sitting outside in front of the cottage. We can do that all later when it's less hot out. It is like humid today, which is really weird for here, but we are getting a storm, so I guess that kind of maths out. That tracks. So I don't really need to wear headphones, but I kind of like it feels more like I'm in the zone when I have headphones on. Okay. So I want to get these gondolas starting to print. I could do, because I got to print the little wheel things. Print the Thangs. I got to print them Thangs. I got to print the little wheel pieces that are on pivots. But I have to print those out of ABS. And I don't want to be in here while it's printing ABS because I don't have my ventilation situation sorted out yet. So I'm going to just print those tonight after I leave the cottage. And those will be pretty easy. I'm not concerned about it. So we'll just design those before we go. Got to print something for the sprocket as well. Also going to be ABS. The gondola is the only thing I'm going to print out of PLA, so we can do that. But then I might have to design something for my parents before I go down that I totally forgot I was going to do like months ago. I just got to see if I have the measurements or because I think I scanned it last time I was there. And if so, it's just a plug for a pipe. It's super easy. Leaving Friday, so I could do that. Oh, what was that? That sounded crazy. That's the sound that Aaron was wondering sounded like a phantom or whatever. That's what that sound was. Oh yeah, okay. I got it. See, they have this like access hole on the floor, or like it's like outside. And I put a tin can in there as a lid years ago, and they were pretty stoked about it at the time, but you could see it's falling apart. I don't know why they don't have a proper cover for this, but I'm just gonna print an ABS cap and call it a day. It's not even flush to the concrete. It's really weird, but whatever. Oh, is my is it like kind of laggy, the stream right now? Yeah, I do think that every time it's getting stormy. Oh yeah, I can see it dropping. It might drop again in a second. Oh, it's back up. Okay, so let's just oh, hang on. Let's just start. Let's just try to get this printing because I can start printing this right away because it'll be PLA. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm basically just gonna keep slicing this up and putting it back together. It's an app called Scaniverse. It's kind of janky, and every time I load it into my computer, it's always off by like an order of magnitude scale wise. But it's usually like a millimeter to a centimeter or whatever. That's kind of what it does. So I just have to kind of figure out what it's scaled to, and then I can which for a pipe, I know that pipe's probably like 3 or 4 inches in diameter, so I can kind of guess how much it's scaled up, and then I even have a pipe, so I could test it on a pipe here, but I'm not too concerned about it. I would like a proper scanner at some point. I think that would be really, really handy. Excuse me, sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna split this bad boy up into pieces. I think that's probably the way to go. Yeah, that's its own separate thing. So we're probably gonna have to add some meat. How much non-scan related? Oh, like it needed your email and stuff like that. They're all like, or access to your photos and stuff. Yeah, they're all like that. I hate that too. But I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker sometimes. Among other stuff, yeah, it needs your mom's maiden name. God, that chicken sounds crazy. Actually, now that I'm hearing it. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this back to. I'm so excited to be cold tonight. I wanna get one of those mattresses that cools your body. Were we talking about this already? Or I don't know. I might have been talking about this with somebody else, but I want like the part of my body that's on the mattress when I'm sleeping is always on fire hot. That's honestly not a that's a good way to be, especially as the world starts relying more and more on this stuff and people are getting less and less knowledgeable and less careful. I wish I had more people in my life that were a lot more diligent about that kind of stuff, but I actually just don't have that many. I don't spend that much time around other people other than my wife. Um okay, so I'm just trying to decide, like I'm just going to kind of keep splitting this up until I figure out which pieces fit together. And I've got like maybe a hair or something on my beard that's kind of driving me crazy. So this all works like if these two were together. If this was connected, if this is one piece, that would print real nice. That would be like the easiest print ever. And so would the top here. The part that I'm struggling to figure out is this bottom piece on both sides. I might just have to beef it up. That was creepy. My door just opened on its own. It was probably just the wind and it wasn't latched. Let me just close it. It's freaking me out. Who's the paranoid one now? Oh, yeah, that's nice. That is nice. I couldn't tell you what I couldn't tell you what's going on my phone. Okay, so yeah, basically, you know, this is a good single piece, I think. This is a good single piece. We'll do the same with the other side. I just don't know what to do. Oh, stream boo, get boo, stream boo. Yeah, Ruby, you tell him. You tell him. Okay, let's just go for it again here. So let's go with a splizzy. We're going to splizzy this guy. We're going to splizzy at that point. And we're going to free move. Okay, so I'm left with these chunks, which I'm quite happy with. So I basically just need to add some screw holes to connect these two. Start what timer? What did I miss? So it's these pieces that I need to join to this in a way that... Oh yeah, and the other thing I wanted to think about too is how am I going to attach the acrylic windows inside of this? Oh, awesome, you're the best. You know what I was thinking? Because originally I was going to print an individual, or I was going to cut an individual acrylic thing for each window. But I may as well just cut this whole acrylic thing. And then I could even have it so that once this is screwed on, it kind of locks it in place. So I don't even need to add any adhesive or anything like that. I think we're going to do that. Oh, excuse me. Oh. These sneezes, they don't get easier. You think they'd get easier, but they don't. They do feel pretty good, though. Okay. So So I think I guess what I don't understand is like I'm not when I block them on Restream or whatever I'm using, they just disappear. So I don't see anything that happens after I block them. But you're actively like getting them banned, which is dope. Okay, 5.861 mils. And I think the acrylic I have, let me just take a look at I have them in the, actually, let me pull it out. Let me just see what I got. Okay. I have. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Well, thank you for handling that because that's great. Um, my stream froze on my preview, but I don't know if it's frozen for you guys. So just let me know. So I have 2 sheets of this clear acrylic. Okay, good. Thank you. I have 2 sheets of this clear acrylic. They are 12 by 16. Awesome. Good to hear. They're 12 by 16. So here's what I'm going to do. So this piece obviously, like I think it's basically the acrylic piece is just going to be this. Oh wait, that is not a straight line. And I know it's got paper on it, but let's see how thick this is. Three mils thick, pretty much on the dot. So -3. New body. And so the issue is I only have these 2 sheets right now. So it'll kind of sit flush like that. That'll look real nice. Now, how many of these can I fit on a single 12 by 16 sheet? The other annoying thing is the laser cutter on the H2C is too small to fit. Yeah, so one pack of these basically does each pack comes with 2 of these sheets. So that's enough to do one. It's like 1.5. Yeah, so this won't fit inside. This won't fit inside the printer. Unfortunately. One pack has two of those sheets. So what if I wanted to get more of this? $60 now? No, that can't be. Wow, the black? Okay, 4 pieces for $33. Because I have 2 of these 12 by 16 sheets already, so we can get two gondola side panels out of one of those. And I want to do 3. So I might just $33 this. That's not too bad. Get 4 more sheets. And then I'll have enough to do all the gondolas and some extra just in case. And then I'm wondering if it's worth getting, like, there's these smaller 4 by 6 inch sheets. That's probably not enough to do anything, is it? Oh, Dusty. You want to go out? Okay, I'm going to let this cat out quickly. One sec. So hot. So, yeah, I'm just wondering if it's worth. Because the problem with these 12 by 16 sheets is they don't fit. They fit inside my laser cutter, but they don't fit inside of the H2C. I don't even know if I can. Okay, actually, let's see if this even fits inside of the H2C at all. Acrylic window. side panel. It's lagging. Oh my god, my whole computer's just not having a good time right now. Is it that storm? Is it that storm? Okay, let's let that load for a little bit. We'll figure this out in a minute, but yeah, I could just have like little features that basically hold this in place. I just gotta make sure I'm not creating little spots for the mice to grip onto, you know? Oh, that is so wrong. So I just need to like beef this up. Because if I beef this up, then that can be what locks the acrylic down at the bottom. I will also have to... What up, a ragamuffin? What about banana bread? Where's he at? I know Ruby's here. Yeah, Ruby's here. I haven't seen banana bread yet. Okay. So that's going to get in the way, so we can just chop that out of the acrylic. And that'll be fine. Nothing on this side getting in the way, which is good. And then I will need some sort of space to put the curved acrylic piece on here. And I don't quite know how to like calculate how big of a piece that is. I'm zoning out. I'm zoning out, folks. Teaching sounds fun. I have a lot of friends that teach. And my dad was actually a elementary school teacher. Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. All right, so what are we trying to figure out here? So we're gonna do these solid acrylic panels, I think. Oh yeah, that's what I need to see. I need to see if this even fits on the H2C. Okay, it does. I've never laser cut anything on the H2C. I don't even know how that works. So I'm going to have to go with my regular laser cutter, cut out a square that fits on this build plate, and then put it on. Yeah, like realistically, I would just cut it all on. I would just cut it all on the on my regular laser cutter, but setting up H2C for laser cutting. I've never seen this. Yeah, I didn't get the extractor. Oh no. I know this isn't like super interesting. I just want to. Nice. Okay, good. I just want to see how involved this is because this is part of the process that I have not like really anticipated yet. Oh, that's kind of nice. I didn't know that. Yeah, I just need to see what I'm gonna be expecting to do here, because I didn't even. This just magnets on. I did not know that. That's interesting. Like, there's quite a bit I gotta do. Oh, it literally just sticks right on the front. Oh, that's kind of dope. Oh my god, that's nice. Oh, that's what that PTFE tube was. How does the air assist work? What is it? I'm gonna do most of the cutting on my main laser. I just want to basically. This is an opportunity where I can show what for people that don't have a laser cutter but have this printer might want to be able to do this stuff. I don't know. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I'm also cutting clear acrylic, which diode lasers are not meant to do. But my understanding is as long as it's got some sort of opaque cover on it, it can cut it. Now this feels like my laser cutter. Hmm. Okay, yeah. So I think we'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. Um. So we just have 4 pieces to cut. We got 2 of the wall pieces and then 2 of these side pieces. These side pieces I'm gonna have to bend. So I'm just gonna use a heat gun, but I might need to print a little mold that I can bend it on. And then how do I hold it in there? That's what I need to figure out. How do I hold that piece in there? And hold this piece in here, and ideally use the screws that screw this whole thing together to hold all the acrylic pieces in. And I think, okay, so let's start by just cutting this part out. Oh, didn't mean to cut that part too. Um, Technically, my whole life, uh, my grandfather was a builder, and he had me every time I would go to his place. We would build stuff together, and I've always been taking apart my toys and rebuilding them, or like trying to build my own stuff with parts from toys and everything. So it is kind of like a lifelong passion. I never It's weird because I never had any classical training in it. So there was never really a point that I can say like I actually became an engineer. Um it's always just been something I do for fun. But I I don't feel I don't feel like I really understand a lot most of the time. And I do feel like I'm like a forever student. I've been CADing stuff for a long time too. Um, but I guess I only actually I started doing CAD on SketchUp when I was. What do you mean you just crashed? Oh, did the stream crash, or did you crash? Um, I agree. I agree. I always want to be learning. Boat, what happened? Tell me, Boat. Um, Boat, we need an update, Boat. I started CAD on SketchUp. Oh, okay, okay, good. Okay, good. Um, I started on SketchUp, just designing things for like my house, and like what? Um, but I got onto Fusion 360 once I started 3D printing things because just kind of fit better. I really like it because I like visualizing things. I don't actually like love building things that much, as you can see with the whole like. It's just as soon as it gets physical, I get tired. Um, so I love CAD because I can really like basically build it. I also like whenever I'm just sort of like sitting idle, I start thinking about designs. And so being able to CAD things is like a really good way to take what's in my head and bring it into real life quickly with minimal effort. So that's what I love. Now, I just don't really know how I'm going to. Yeah, you guys are both fact hounds. So I need this thing. I mean, I guess it could just sit on the inner part of all of this. So I can extend the frame a tiny bit. Okay, let's do this for a second. Let's get rid of these guys. And let's just assume if I do just 2 mils in, then it'll stick out a little bit, which is good. Then I can do a 3-point cycle. And then I can cut it up to there. Just trying to understand what I'm trying to accomplish with this. Should I press pull this -2 millimeters? Yes, I should. And this guy, I should bring through like that. And then wife made carrot cake, folks. I'm having carrot cake tonight. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I love carrot cake. I love carrot cake. Trying to understand what I'm trying to accomplish with this. Unintentionally summarizing one sentence. It's real. It's real. Okay, so now I can basically extrude this all the way to this side, right? Cutting it the whole ways away. Oh no, not that far. Okay, so let's move this, create a copy. Meow, meow, meow. And we will connect it up here, I suppose. To there. I don't get the I don't get the Bugs Bunny reference. Oh my god, I forgot to mention. I forgot about it. I already forgot about the carrot cake. Oh god. So we're going to have almost like a smooth acrylic interior for this whole thing. Whoa, what the heck just happened? Press pull yo. 1 milli. And then make that clear. So see how this clear piece holds in this other clear piece. And now I just need something that holds in this clear piece. What? What? Clearly. So I think I'm going to make a slot up here. I'm going to offset this by minus 0.2, I guess. And then just have like a thingy that goes like this, I guess. And then this can just go up here, I guess. And then this can come around like this, I guess. New body that boy. And we'll join that with this, I guess. So here's how this works, right? So the bent acrylic thing fits inside this nice little boy between these. Why is this acting like it's its own body? Oh no, oh I see. I'm just gonna bring this in because it doesn't actually need to stick out that much. Yeah, so it's a single piece. So that little slot will hold that, and realistically, like this guy is probably gonna be like this guy because it'll be cut, or it'll be cut out of a straight piece, and it's not gonna have that taper on there. Cut out of the straight piece and bend, so it's gonna kind of fit like that, which is fine. Oh yeah, let's get some rain going here, folks. Let's get some rain going here, folks. I may as well. Where did everything go? Where did everything go? I may as well do the same down here. Okay. So that's dat. This acrylic piece fits right in front of this one. Oh, why is it like that though? Oh. Yeah, it's literally just an acrylic box now. It's all kind of held together by itself. I think I'm going to have to print a mold. But there's going to be layer lines on it, which is no, that's fine. No, that'll be okay. Actually, that'll be dope. Okay, so up here, obviously, we're going to have a couple screws that combine these parts nice and easy. Yeah, I'll just do a couple screws. Boom, boom. And then how do I combine them at the bottom here? How do I combine them at the bottom here? Without giving the mice a lot to grab onto is the key. That is the key. Where's my floor boy? What is that? Oh, that's my leaf. There's our floor boy. I'm like tempted to use the screw that goes through here to hold it together. And then I could put a little bushing around the screw that prevents it from going in all the way, and then make that bushing big enough so that, okay, that actually might work good. The only thing is, yeah, we need to make it so the mice have minimal to grab onto, and that would be a perfect spot for them to grab onto, so maybe that's not great. Also, oh yeah. These two, oh no, what am I doing? These two no, what? Oh, right there. So these two pieces are the same piece. Let's combine those. This will be nice, I think. Oh, it's gonna be so much work. Theoretically, I was supposed to have this video done by the 20th. That's not going to happen, but it's okay. Yeah, that's in 5 days. That's not going to happen. But that's okay. I've already confirmed that it was not going to happen. So now I could have an like a Also, like, how accurate am I going to have to get this? I don't really like how accurate I'm going to have to get this. So let's plan this out for a second. So right now, this opens up, and actually this is an area that the mice can kind of grip onto, which isn't great. Actually, it works perfectly though, because this will rotate. So even if they were grabbing onto it, it would rotate out of their out of their little paws. So I think we're actually good there. Am I getting things rubbing here? It's probably a little bit of rubbage. Probably a little bit of rubbage going on. There we go. That's less rubbage. That's almost zero rubbage as far as I'm concerned. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And that would be a great moam. That would be a great moam. And you guys know I'm all for the moams. When I was on tour, that was a big thing we would say. We want to make moams. We want to have lots of moams in our show. Okay, so I'm really happy with how smooth everything is on the inside. I guess what I can do is just create a little thing on the outside that allows me to screw them together. So let's just visualize that. Let's say this has fully opened and it's stuck in that position. Just spitballing here for a sec. Tangent. And then let's go with, what 5.2, right? And then 4.8 for the one where it grips in. So we can go like this. Oh no, that's not going to work. It's going to cut right into that. Okay. I mean, let's just have, like, we can just do like a guide bar, right? Because the nice thing is, well, let's get it down. Oh, maybe let's get it so it's parallel to, oh God. I like having reference points at all times. You know, instead of just having this arbitrarily placed, I'm referencing the center to this point. I feel like that just makes things look better. I don't know, though. That cuts in. Okay. Could have verified that beforehand. I did not. Um, that's a really good question because you might be able to avoid it if you just refuse to sell them round trip tickets. Yeah, no, they're not getting discounts. Because MOME, obviously it's coming from moment, so MOME makes sense, but then I like Moem. It's kind of like a poem. Which that's also a MOME in itself. So it's a really good question. Okay, let's just kind of go out here. Maybe, I don't know. This, now I've broken my rule about having an arbitrary thing. That is, and then can I drag this back? So that references that point. Let's do this. Oh my God, what? There we go. And then like this is starting to look like something I just added on, which it is. So you know what I mean? But at a certain point, it's like, is there anything wrong with that? I don't think so, necessarily. So let's add that here as well. I mean, that looks kind of dumb, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Thank you, Aaron. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. You know? And then it's like, and then this piece then joins these together. And what I do like about this is this bar now allows me to, you know, if I'm undersized, I have all this leeway here. And I have added nothing inside the strong way. I think it looks pretty good. Does it really? I have been thinking. I have been thinking about it. You know what? I might. Here's how we can make it look a little bit better too. Believe it or not, I have been using my brain a bit. So we can go like this to here. That looks better. Yeah, that looks better. And then I can make this little pole a different color, which would be fun. um, I like that. I'm into that. That works well. Wait, let's play with colors a little bit too. So, this is gonna have to be black, or green, because that's all I have. But I think black looks good. And then what do I have? I have red and blue. So let's just go with red for a second. And then maybe we make this part white, yellow. And then this part obviously green. Look how cute that looks. Oh my god, I kind of like this. I'm like, that looks pretty legit. Right? With the glass and everything. Okay. So one thing I need to figure out as well is when this glass panel is in, but it could kind of slide back down if I don't have the perfect length dialed in. So that's something I need to think about. Now, because of this whole thing, oh, you know what I'll do? Ooh, here's what I'll do. Yeah, honestly, glue probably will be the move, but I could make the acrylic this big or anywhere, as long as it's okay. So I'm giving myself this much leeway, I guess. So as long as it stays within here, which, how long is that? This whole thing is five millimeters. So I'm giving myself like 2.5 millimeters of leeway here. And so as long as I give myself 2.5 millimeters of leeway here, then that'll be pretty good, I think. Wait, what? Wait, what am I trying to do? Nah, you're right. Let's just ignore that. We're just gonna go like this and glue this. Oh, oh. I could do little screws. I could do little flathead screws because I have little M3 screws. But then I have to make sure. Then I have to really make sure I get the acrylic right. Okay, glue. Glue it is, because I can just glue this panel to this piece. I'm going to do that. That's so much easier. And then even if I'm like slightly off and it ends up being a bit shorter, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, glues the way, because if I do M3 screws, then it has to be so accurate, and I would have to cut the holes out of the acrylic beforehand before I even bend it. So, oh, please, super glue's so expensive now. Please, Gorilla Glue, sponsor me. Okay, so we have this side done. This side's great. I'm really happy with this. I like this. Now I need to add screw holes. So I'm going to use my how wide do I have one of these that's like, okay, here we go. $3.5 mils. And how wide is this? 10 mils. Okay, great. Great. So, get rid of this. I can throw a couple screw holes in here. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go center. So I only have to do the one. And okay, I gotta make sure. I guess I'll just do them here. Or I'll just get rid of this for a second, because I probably will want a screw in the middle, I guess. Yeah. So we can go maybe one kind of lower down. Let's make it pretty robust. So we need a 5.2. We need a 4.8. And we need a 10 mil. We need a 10. And then let's do this. Oh my God, where'd you go? And then up here, I don't know, I'm just going to be arb. I'm just going to be arb about this. Or I guess I can line it up with this. That would probably be nice. Oops. That's going to be arb. I don't even care. 5.2. 4.8. 10Ds. And then we'll mirror this bad boy and his friends via this line. Okay. And then so we take our 4 point whatevers, 4.8s, and we run them through the entire boy. Nice. And then we take our 5.2s And we run these just this far. And then we take our tendies and we run them -4 mils. So they recess. So they be recessed. Okay. And then I have to do the same on this side. So let's create a sketch on this side. Let me project all these bad boys. They're such bad boys. I gotta project them. And then I can go and extrude them. -4. Boom. Okay, so that's how we now connect to our top guy. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Realistically, I don't need this hole to go all the way through on either side. So let's just block that boy off. -5, I guess. Nice. -5. Boom. Okay. So I think the top of our gondola is done. Oh, no, not quite. Not quite. I have to do the acrylic on this side too. And then I have to figure out some sort of way to combine them on this side as well. So, let's start getting rid of some stuff for a second because I can't even right now. I literally can't even, as some would say. Some would say that. So I don't have a particular reference point for this. But what did I do? I pulled it back. That's what I did. So okay, and this is gone. That doesn't do anything. I'll odd. I'll odd. I'll odd. I'm gonna. Okay. So it looks like we just went the whole ways away, and I went in 2 mils, right? So we can skizzetch here. What happened? We can skizzetch here. We can offset 2 millis. And then I did the 3-point cycle so that we can carry this up the whole ways. Yeah, just like that. And then where did I do the line? I brought it back up top. Okay. And then so we can project this guy. And we can draw a parallel line like that. I don't know why it wasn't letting me click that. But now we can extrude that and that. Right back to our Krilly. Okay. Now on this side, I don't have the luxury of, anything kind of, well, we'll see. We'll see what luxuries I have. Press pull this guy -2. Perfect. Extrude this. Oh, I have to bring up this guy. Extrude this to, oh, I have to bring up my glass, don't I? Where's my glass? Pop. Extrude to there. We're cutting, yo. That looks samesies. And then now we're going to go and extrude this to this side. And we're going to make that a new bod. And I'm going to glassify that. What should I use? I didn't know that. I've never tried gluing acrylic, but I didn't know that. What do I use? Boat, tell me. Honestly, I'll tape it. I'll tape it. Let's be honest here, folks. I'll just tape it. Duct tape. Okay, and then we grab this guy. And I'm just going to be arbs about this too because... Oh no, that's fine. Okay, let's just go with it. Boom. Extrude this. And this. Back to here. Okay, and then I have to bump this out 1 mil. And then just to doubly confirm, how big are we talking here? Yeah, 3 mils. Yeah, 2-part epoxy, I guess, would work. Boat, you wanna let us know, please, Boat. Okay, I want to match this exact. I want to match exactly what we did here. So let's go with a sketch. Draw a Setner line. Okay. Project this boy. Draw a parallel betwixt these two. Nice. Mirror this, and this. And that, sure, I don't know. Mirror it here. Okay. Dundies. Bring it to here. Okay. Oh, shoot. Let's make that a new bod, don't we? And let's combine these two. Ba-ba. We're likely to end up with just an ugly look as long as the stuff is real acrylic. You can use things like special acrylic glue. However, it's common enough for things like polycarbonate to be mistaken as acrylic and it will melt. Yeah, this is cast acrylic. It's not polycarbonate. I'm really looking for like basically a mechanical bond. It doesn't have to be like because the acrylic glue only works, like it's not going to glue it to the PLA, right? So I would need to figure something out. I do feel like there's just going to be a lot of things holding each other together. I think. Yeah, I don't need to use super glue necessarily. I just need to use something to kind of mechanically hold this together. Okay, so yeah, so I don't have. Okay, now the roof is done. Oh, I guess I can add that chamf back in here. Nice. Nice. What if I did a chamf here? Do I have the leeway for this? You know, make the roof look a little nicer for them. The only thing is then those holes kind of suck now, but that's okay. I think I can make those go away. You gonna tell me where that was? You can tell me where that. Okay, there we go. So it's probably this one, I'm assuming. Yeah. So let's pull this back. -20. So what do we think? How do we hold this in? Because actually right now, there's nothing holding the bottom from being pushed this way. Because there's nothing on the sides holding it. And there's nothing on the bottom holding it. The only thing that's holding this in is this tiny little area up here. It would be nice to send screws through here into this. Is that a risk? Is that a risk I'm willing to take? You would never see it from, well, you would see it, the mice would see it. And so it's like, is it worth affecting the mouse's view? It's kind of hard to say. Oh, this is another issue. Is they literally might, is what, like, that's what I'm concerned about. They might not appreciate that. Yeah, I can't afford free trips for the mice. I simply can't afford that. Okay, so we got 4 millimeters of. Okay, this is pretty close. Like I feel like I can start printing this, but I just don't want to jump the gun, you know? Yeah, right? I'm just thinking about the customer service. That is true. You do make a good point. Um, Now, alternatively, how accurately can I make this? How accurately can I bend this to be exactly this length? Oh, because I just have to go like this. Length 173.297. I just don't know how it's gonna like change when I bend it. Oh, this looks so good though. I'm stoked about this. What if I made this guy white? I have quite a bit with bending it. There's gonna be a blue one too. Yeah, so I'm gonna print just a template. So I'll print a press basically. So I'll have a bottom half and a top half. Might end up getting like a little bit of artifacts in the glass, but I'm not too worried about that. I guess I could make the mold that I bend this on like exact and have like even end stops on each side. Wait, how do I do that? How would I do that? Yeah, because I could just get it real floppy, stick it in the mold, and then have the top piece come down. But okay, so maybe we can afford to put some screw holes, or I could do the slotted ones. That is something that the mice can grab onto, but whatever. Let's be real. Let's be real about it. I have a heat gun. I have seen people do it just outside. Um, Wait, actually, yeah. How does that work? Is this just gonna melt while it's outside? It's so hot right now. I wish it wasn't this hot. Okay, well, I can figure that out when we get to that part. As long as the top is done, the sides are done, we can start printing this. But the last thing I need is, so on this side, we have this yellow bar that I bolt into on either side. And then I just need something on this side that does a similar thing. And so I could do it on the outside again, but the problem is I've got my little leaf guy. Oh, wait, this won't be in the way though. This won't be in the way, I don't think. What is happening? What is happening? Where'd you go? Okay, there you are. This won't be in the way, actually, especially if I add a Philly here. Kilimanjaro. Whoa, what happened? Oh yeah, that's okay. Ooh, that looks nice. That looks nice. I mean, there's not quite as much space as the other side. But it's not bad. Oh, the only thing is... Yeah, I've got lots of black material too, which is great. And all my black material is ABS, so... Dear life, I believe, is what they'll be holding on to. Dear mouse life. And we'll obviously make the bottom black too, because that's where they're gonna be, and I don't want to see their little fingerprints on everything. Okay, so let's create a sketch here. Let's project this guy, and let's do a cycle to this guy. So that's how much room I have. It's not a lot. That's not a lot. But it's enough. Hashtag mouse modesty. Modest Mouse, the band. Yeah, unfortunately, it would be nice to do the exact same thing on this side. Actually, let's do that. Let's do that, yo. Why are we wasting time with this? And then I'll just bump the leaf out further. As I brought up during yesterday's stream, mice only need a 1/16 of an inch to climb a vertical surface. Any lip, like the hinge pivot of the bottom, that will have decently pronounced layer lines will be something they can grab. Okay, we're doing this. We're doing this. Check this out, though, Boat. Oh. Okay, yeah, actually, let's cut that, right? Yeah, we should be cutting that. Give me a second. Yeah, check this out. So if this is the only thing in here worth grabbing, this is obviously going to have layer lines going this way, so they will be able to grab that. But what's really nice about that is if they are holding on to this, as soon as this rotates, that's also rotating. So unless they can keep up, they're falling. That's the other thing. I think the surprise of this opening. But even if they're grabbing onto this, there's no way they're hanging on. That they're falling off. And then aside from that, you've got smooth acrylic here. So if there is a screw here, that is something they can grab onto. But if we go with glue or something, then there's nothing to grab onto. Nothing to grab onto on this wall. It's all smooth acrylic. And the acrylic butts up to the other acrylic. So there's literally like, I mean, I'm sure they're going to find a way. Let's be honest. But that's a moam, yo. I'm open to moams. As long as they're just not always doing it, which is entirely possible. Because they're determined little buggers, aren't they? Determined little buggers. Bum 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 bum. Cut that. Oh, wait, what? Oh no, that was right. Yeah. Join that. Cut that. And then theoretically, I can do some mirroring stuff. No. No. Yes. I can do a mirror with this boy and that mirror line. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So theoretically, I'm going to have to get rid of all of this. Oh, God, that looks so good. Enduring rodent. I watched way too much about mice strength. I I don't got mice. Lucky, but also I it's hard to be optimistic with mice. It's hard. They don't make it easy. Um I feel like this is good, yo. What do we think? Yeah, specially trained ones. Um, this feels good. The only question mark is joining this. But oh, you know what? Worst case scenario, I'll just hand drill it after I bend it. Rodent ops. Yeah, no, I definitely don't mind um being thorough about this. I want to catch everything as much as possible in the planning stage. But yeah, I can just put this in after bending, put this in, and then just drill this manually and add a little bit of a chamfer, and then I can do my little M3 screws, which are flathead, and have them sunk in a little bit. So that is an option as well. All that said, I think we're good to go. Oh wait, how am I going to assemble this though? So I'm going to have a wall piece. I'm going to put the acrylic in there, just kind of sit it in there. Screw these together. Okay, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's start printing this, yeah? Let's start printing this. What's payday 2? Wait. Wait, what is this? Why? Oh. Yeah, the colors. Okay, yeah, you're right. Well, it's going to be I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a red one first, I think. Ooh, do I want to start with red? Do I actually want to start with red? I might start with white because I have like a ton of white. And this is technically still a prototype. So I'm going to print 2 of these side panels in white. Print the top and bottom piece in black. Okay, let's do this, yo. Let's do this. Y'all, this is exciting. Okay, wait, let's label this. So we're going to call this side wall. Or I'll call it hanger side wall, I guess. I'm just going to call this other side wall. And this is gondola roof. So, oh yeah, and then I guess I'll do floor. Trap floor. I'd imagine maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, this is the trap house. Okay, that's right. So let's save this. Okay, and I'm going to call this trap floor 1.0. Boom. Gondola roof 1.0. So let's get those 2 printing first. Which printers do I have my black filament in? Oh, you know what? This one has none. This one doesn't have black or white. But I'm going to do the walls on the H2C. So let's switch to the H2D. Because the H2D's got the big schnoz. Continue. Okay. Open. No. Oh, I'm not going to be able to fit both on here. I'm not going to be able to fit both on here. That's okay. I'll just do one at a time, I guess. Just want to see what we're looking at here. So 279. Okay, and that looks right. That looks all right, all right, all right. But we're gonna make this change to black. 3 hours and 11 minutes. It's saying there's cantilevers, but I don't think there's anything crazy about this. I don't think I need that much infill either, so I'm going to reduce the infill to like 5%. Just need to look at like what the features are going to do in there. That didn't really actually change too much, so let's go with 10%. Kind of split the diff. Yeah, that looks stronger. All right, let's just go for it. Hold on, I just gotta check, make sure the thing's clear. Okay, and we're gonna sned. So that's gonna start now. Okay, and time. We're gonna go to our H2C boy. H2C. Delete, delete. Let's just delete that plate. Hanger side wall. Auto. Nice. Look at that. That's a great print. That is a great print. I gotta load my white. Give me 1 second. And then since the H2C has the 4.4 millimeter nozzles, we'll go 3 wall loops. Sliche. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, nice. It's so crazy that it does that automatically. Sliche. Nice. Taking a look. That all looks quite good to me. Print. Sned. Okay. So while those two things are printing, we got to start designing these thingies. They're they're designed. they're basically designed. You know, this is basically it, right? I don't have to do anything crazy. I'll just stick a washer back there, stick a washer between there. The only thing I got to do is add a groove on the wheels. And so to do that, I want to do an axis through here. Okay. I want to construct a plane at an angle. Okay. I want to... Now, this is where I don't really know what the best thing to do here is. My hunch is... So, like, you know, I could do a 1/8 inch groove around this whole thing. But I don't know. Like, how well is it going to stay on that groove? I don't know. And then alternatively, whatever I have that's hanging on to the cable here is going to be bigger than an 1/8 inch. I guess maybe I need to kind of figure this out quickly. So I was thinking about doing something kind of like this. Just like basically a straight piece. Like an 1/8 inch is not a lot. If that's metal, that's a lot. But this ain't metal, yo. This is the part that I've been kind of struggling to figure out. Where's my cable? I have it in here, don't I? Hang on, I'm just going to go grab my cable quickly. Okay, so here's the cable. Now, when I look up model gondola grip, right? So this is what like a regular gondola has, and it's got this big metal grippy guy. And then it has these like little ramps so that the wheels can go over them really smoothly. But then when it goes around the bull wheel, I guess those aren't like necessarily super strongly attached. I don't know. But for such a small little gondola, such a small little cable, I'm struggling to figure out what to use. You know what I mean? Like, what do I use? Model gondola wheels? I don't know what to call this. Model gondola support rollers? What? Yeah, this. So see how the wheel, like the cable is big enough. Cable car rollers. Right? So I think it's this like guide at the back is probably so like these wheels are maybe set slightly out from alignment, and then these this guard keeps the cable from falling that way, and because it's set slightly out, they'll never fall this way. That's kind of my hunch. I don't know for a fact though, but like this one doesn't have any guides. This one doesn't have any guides. Oh, it does. There's a guide there. This is pretty close to what our bull wheel looks like. But I'm just not really sure. Like, okay, what is this? This is they just tied a little knot there. Okay, so that's silly. Cable car grip. Like it seems like it's such a simple thing to just grip onto this, but with such a small, well, relatively small cable, the thing that would have to grip onto it would be so tiny. Like I definitely couldn't use any 3D printed stuff. So that's kind of the struggle. And like, you know, keep in mind, whatever's grabbing onto this, there has to be the wheel. Hold on, I can't see what I'm even showing you. Okay. The wheel has to be able to roll under it, on top of it, and on the side of it. So, what do I do? What do I do? This has been the one thing that I've really been struggling to think of. I was thinking kind of just basically having something that, like a T, have like a T, or I guess, yeah, like a T, and then just using wire and wrapping the two ends of the T. The other thing I was thinking is taking an 1/8 inch piece of metal and grinding a little groove on the edge of it, and then like zap strapping that to this. But I don't know. This is the real challenge, I think. And like, I think a zap strap would work perfectly because a zap strap is really strong, doesn't add anything. But then, like, what does the zap strap attach to is the thing. I'm gonna go look around, see what I got in here, see if I have anything. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm worried about. Just seeing those first layers go down, these gondolas are a lot bigger than, like, they're a good size for catching mice, but they just feel a lot bigger than I expected, which I love. Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing is, like, when you look at this, like, obviously it's gripping it in a way where the bottom of the cable is completely free. But the top part here is as thick, if not thicker, than the cable itself. So maybe that's part of the secret. Maybe that's part of the secret. And you know what I'm thinking? Yeah, I think they're just like cranked down on. And you know what's even crazier about these grips is this one here specifically is designed to unclip from the cable every time it reaches a station. So these grips aren't even like just like, it's one thing if you had a grip where you just the guy that installed it just cranked down super tight on them, but these actually unclip from the cable at every station. I am just looking at like this. So like I've got two pieces here. These are smaller than an eighth. And they are actually pretty strong. And they kind like I'm thinking like this sort of overlapping situation. This does feel quite stable. And like how thick is this? 1.7. So like we could probably go 2 mils even. So let's actually design this here quickly. They really are, and they're so. I mean, there's just something so cool about them. So let's just bring this in. Let's go new body. Let's go and combine this. Boom, boom. Cut. Keep tools. And then let's combine. Don't keep tools. This one to this one. So theoretically, I'm thinking something like this. Okay. So here's the plan. Extrude this. What? Why can't I grab that? Oh, I see it's not flat. Like I'm wondering if we could do this with a 3D printed part to an extent. So we have this guy, which has the nice groove cut out, and then we have this sort of like what have I done? What have I done? We have this kind of deal. And we can add all this material on top. We can go up 2 mils. Now, realistically, these super thin areas aren't going to get anything, but we go like that, and then we just have a hole back here. And then I can just zap strap this. Just like, how small is this? I don't even really understand what this is yet. Oh, a zip tie. Is zap strap a Canadian thing? Did we find another one? I do think I'm going to be able to figure something out for this. I think I am overthinking it as well. Like, I feel like it's just going to kind of work. Famous last words. Now, my big concern with it, so I think we could probably make this bigger. Like, we could probably go with a bigger... Hilarious. Like, we can go with a 1/4 inch. Like that. And then, realistically, this can probably come in like that. Oh, wait, before we do that, though. Here was my other idea is, what if we kind of went out with it like this? Kind of like a train wheel. Like that. And then so then if we, I get, like, do I have to do this? I guess I gotta do this too. So we finish that sketch, and then we do a revolve of this guy around this axis. And then we do another revolve of this guy. Again, around this axis. You know, like that. So, instead of having that, like, bar that's on the outside, because with 3D printing, we can make whatever shape we want, which is really nice. I just kind of feel like this might be pretty good. And so it'll kind of, like, the cable will kind of always want to veer in this direction, but it will get stopped by diverticality of this. By diverticality of this. And we can even add more to this, right? We can go like this. We can go like that. And revolve this around this. You know what I mean? Oh, That was a little bit too much, though. Well, let's do it. So then, obviously, what? Okay, wait, let's check these prints because I heard a weird noise. Okay, this is going fast. We're already at 22% on that. This one's only at 15%. It's looking fine. It's looking fine as heck, I'd say. Okay, wait, let's see once it gets past this point. Yeah, that looks great. Ooh, we might get a little peelage there. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this is a pretty good wheel. I could plug in the X2D. Yeah, I'm going to plug in the X2D and we'll print this on there and then we can even look at it in a second. Are you kidding me? Hang on. Oh, I guess I should put a hole in this. Is that going to be enough? Do I have screws? Sure, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is just a test. Okay. We're going to call this test roller 1. let's pop over to our X2D. 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 Oh, it's kind of big. I wonder if it needs to be that big, but that's okay. Change fillies. Okay, wait. I've got to sync. Overwriting. Okay. Change fillies to yellow. Let's just go with 2. Slice. That's what I'm talking about. Why is it saying this? Convenience mode. There we go. So that's going to be... I mean, at this point, we're kind of just waiting. I think we'll probably continue this tomorrow. Because what I can do in the mean... And then I'll figure out these rollers later. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, do I have enough filament for this? You can look how low my yellow is. It's crazy that it knows how much filament is in there based on how long it needs to pull the filament to make the spool go fully around. It's so cool. Anyways, so, oh my god, this bed is so dirty, but whatever. This is a good test. I think that's a good, I mean, this is almost a 3-hour stream anyway, so let's stop here. Let's let these things print. I'll print the other half. I'll print the floor and the other side tonight as well. And we'll see how this roller turns out. If they turn out good, I'll print enough. I'll print 8 of them or whatever, so we can try and install. I'm gonna need 16 of them, but they're only 37 grams. Anyways, yeah. So let's just call it here. We will return to tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do a stream tomorrow, so we'll figure it all out. The wedding music tomorrow, so I'm proud about, but it's awesome. Well, yeah, let's, oh yeah, and then we also got to figure out this gear thing too. So lots to print. It's going to be a printing. I'm going to try and get things printing while I'm gone as well. So hopefully by the time the weekend rolls around, I'll be back on Saturday. I'm definitely not going to stream on Saturday. So Sunday, I might stream again, and then Monday for sure. So I think by Monday, I hope we have a full gondola, minus the acrylic. I'll do the acrylic later. But I hope we have a full gondola that we can actually test on the cable that will hopefully be installed by then. So that's the plan, folks. Thanks for hanging out. So great. Good luck on the wedding music. I really appreciate all the input on this design. And yeah, I can't wait to start actually having things in my hand and getting this working. So alrighty, take it easy. Have a good night, friends. I will see you ASAP.